We're doing it? We're doing it? All righty. Well, welcome to another exciting edition of Dog Fight Sports. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, yeah. I myself am Nick the Non-Believer, and I am joined by SJB of the SJB Sports Report.
Yes, sir. How you doing today? Beautiful day. Beautiful day here in
Beautiful day in the
Northeast
neighborhood.
Ohio.
Beautiful day up on the lake, right up on the lake shore, right up on a lakeshore lounge.
Yes, sir.
And this place is, it's pretty animated today. They got the darts rolling. People are enjoying the nice weather, and we're gonna, bring down the mood by talking about the Browns.
Absolutely. Not a cloud in the sky, but here comes some rain and some thunder.
Right up under the Cleveland weather, man.
Yep.
So last time we talked about free agency. And we had quite a bit to talk about in terms of the Browns and the Raiders. I think today we might focus on the Browns because we're kind of peeling back the layers of the onion today, and we're looking at not just the players on the field, but also the coaching staff and the management and the ownership. So SJB of SJB Sports Report, you got anything off the top you want to shout out to our adoring fans out there watching now and watching it later around the world?
I mean, right now, you got to be pumped if you're a Browns fan. It is the greatest time of the year. You are undefeated. The draft has not happened yet, so you cannot get mad at the draft picks.
Oh, I'm already getting mad at the draft picks.
Lots of chatter there. And they're still playing in Cleveland, downtown, as of this moment. So
that is right.
These are all good things.
We're kind of in the eye of the hurricane, the donut hole, so to speak, where the bad stuff hasn't happened yet. So we can just kind of sit here, chillax, and enjoy the off season, and just do a little bit of analyzing about years past. So, in general, what do you think about the Browns organization? Are they competent? Are they incompetent? Or are they somewhere in between?
You know, it's really easy to look at the record and go, it's complete incompetence, but every year it is something different with the Browns, right? It's we don't have the quarterback. Oh, we don't have the receiver. We don't have this. We don't have the right coach. It's always an excuse. It's always a different excuse every year. I think ownership is just it's not great, right? It's not great. It's they have the right idea, but they're just not executing. And let's be honest, there's been some bad luck. I mean, Deshaun has obviously not panned out the way we were expecting him to thus far.
Whoa, hold on. I expect him to do exactly as bad as he was doing thus far, and I've been the one that's been harping on it and shoving it down people's throats every single day since they made that landmark stupid-ass decision that he was the worst possible thing they could have ever done, and it's panned out exactly as I expected from day one.
See, but I think that's really become the mindset of the Browns fans, right? Is that you expect failure, so you get failure. You need to change the mindset. You got to change the attitude around it. I know it's tough. I mean, it is hard to support it. I mean, you survived an 0-16 season. You survived Hugh Jackson going 1-31.
Yeah, it wasn't just the one season; it was back-to-back dumpster fire.
So, from a fan base standpoint, from a product on the field standpoint, they've been worse.
Okay,
right?
I'm glad you brought that up because let me take you back to April 4th, 2017.
Are you sure it's not April 1st?
I am sure. I wrote down April 4th. It's not April Fool's Day in this universe.
Okay.
April 4th, I did a presentation about the NFL franchise analysis of the Cleveland Browns. 2017, this is when they're at their lowest. And the very first thing I did in this presentation after the agenda is I talked about personnel turnover since 1999. And at that time, in only 18 years, they had burned through 26 quarterbacks, 9 coaches, 8 GMs, and 3 owners.
All right. I mean, not bad, right?
I mean, that's got to be like the worst of any franchise, not just in NFL, but across all professional sports, I would have to imagine.
I mean, it's not great. Not great, right? Well, the good news is you said 26 quarterbacks. Well, fast forward 8 years, and we're up to 40 quarterbacks.
We're up to 40, so
it's not bad.
Yeah.
You know,
And we did talk about the quarterbacks a lot a couple shows ago, trying to figure out the worst quarterback of all time. Well, the worst quarterback since 1999 for the Brownies. So I think we'll probably give that one a skip for right now. I really want to get into the nitty gritty on the coaches, the GMs, and the owners. So I feel like if you do not have those pieces in place, it's very hard to have a competent player core that's going to take you far in the playoffs. Would you agree or not?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. It all starts with leadership, and that's on the field and off the field. You have to have a head coach that believes in what they're doing, has the right game plan, the right schemes. You have to have a quarterback that is competent on and off the field.
Oh boy.
You have to right. We won't go there. We won't touch that subject. There's been enough there. But I think really the Browns organization just needs to get it together completely. Like, they just need leadership front, off the field, on the field, and they need to start it with this draft class coming up.
No, I think it goes way beyond that. We're peeling back the layers of the onion, okay?
Yeah,
if you're
fair.
trying to get the players, that's like what you see. That's the outer layer of the onion. You peel back that, you get to the coaching. You peel back that, you get to the front office. You peel back that. The very core of the issue is the owner.
That's fair.
Because the owner's attitudes will permeate down through all the layers. And you got a scumbag owner that when he was coming in and buying the team, he was under indictment for illegal kickbacks for his gas stations. And then all of a sudden you have a 25, 26, 291-time sexual predator on the field. You put two and two together really fast. So I think the problem is the ownership. I think until they figure out the ownership problem, they will never succeed.
I mean, would you say that they had success when Baker Mayfield was here, and you were one game away from the AFC Championship?
Which makes it even stupider that they got rid of him.
That's
See, it's just like
there you go.
You got a dumbbell sitting in the corner office. But actually, I have a little interesting tidbit here that I wanted to tell you before the show, but we'll go through now.
All right, hit me with it.
So it's something called Retro Seasons, this website, and it looks at all the different owners for the Brownies.
All right.
So if you're looking at like the 1946, 1952 time frame, Arthur McBride, winning percentage 874. After his successor, David Jones Ellis Ryan, win percentage 713. Art Modell, 1961 and 1995, win percentage 544. We're still in the plus column here. But then we go to Al Lerner. His win percentage is 250.
Okay.
Randy Lerner, win percentage 350. And Jimmy Haslam, between the years of 2012 and 2021, win percentage 325. So the owners, not just Haslam, but also the Lerners, abysmal. They did not know how to win. They did not know how to manage the organization. They didn't know how to put the pieces in place in the front office that would hire the talent for the coaches, and then the coaches could then manage the players. So if you're all the way up in the C-suite and you don't know what the hell you're doing, you're going to hire dumbbells in the front office.
Yep.
The front office is going to hire coaches that are about as sharp as a bowling ball, and then they're going to get players that don't know what the hell they're doing, wasting their talent, not retaining the best talent you have, going to other teams, and wow, the results speak for themselves. 325 winning percentage between 2012 and 2021, and the Lerners combined about a 300 winning percentage. So that takes us all the way back to 1999.
I mean, now it's all in perspective here. So if we're talking 300, we're talking bowling. They're doing it perfect, right?
No, we're not talking points. We're talking percentages.
Oh, percentage.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah,
that's bad, Nick.
Yeah, so that's 3 wins and 7 losses on average for every 10.
All right.
And it's just such a storied franchise, going back to the earlier days of these different owners, that in the very early days you got 874 winning percentage. That's just insane. You're winning 8.7 out of every 10 games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're ever getting back to that level.
No, I don't think anybody's ever getting back to that level, really, unless you're talking about like the Patriots and prime Tom Brady.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
So I think it's about the owners. I think Jimmy Haslam is a snake oil salesman. I think he has no clue how to run any organization, much less an NFL franchise. The dude just throws money around. And so that goes back to what we were talking about last week when I invoked this Jason Lloyd fellow and the article that he wrote for The Atlantic
Yeah.
that mentioned if Jimmy Haslam spent 2 weeks with a different team, he would throw up at the amount of money he wastes. He's backing up the Brinks truck. What do you say about those pink 50s?
Yeah.
And he's spending like a drunken sailor.
Yeah. I mean, at least it's spending. At least it's spending. Right, so let me throw this at you. Bad ownership in Cleveland has been the chat, right? Like when the Cavs were running the gambit back with LeBron, you had Dan Gilbert spending money, bringing in, and he brought a championship to the land. Got it done, right? Now, the Dolans, nobody likes the Dolans in Cleveland. They don't spend money, they don't bring the talent.
Poverty ownership, would you say?
Poverty ownership. So it's a trend. So I believe the solution is let's do a wife swap, if you will, right? Let's.
I'm surprised you know about that show.
Well, I saw your browsing history, Nick.
Bottle of water for Mr. SJB.
I saw your browsing history, Nick. So,
well, you got one of the letters wrong.
Yeah, that's right. So
Ziggy zaggy, oi, oi, oi. We live in Believe Land.
yeah. So anyway, I think we bring the Dolans and let them run the Browns for a year. And you let the Haslams run the Guardians for a year. And let's just make it happen. Let's just make it happen.
Doing the old switcheroo, huh?
The old switcheroo.
Well, I'm not sure if you can get much worse than the Haslams.
Hey.
And also, I've heard some rumors that D is actually the one that runs things.
Definitely possible. So.
I guess that might clear up some of the nonsensical moves. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked ad nauseum about the $230 million Watson debacle. We could probably talk about it for another 5 hours, but I think there's a lot more things we need to get to, because I think giving Myles Garrett that money was another big mistake. It's just like they're delusional. It's like the team is not ready for a deep playoff run. So why are you spending a vast amount of resources, of which you have precious few, because you've already wasted so many, and the team cannot become a really high caliber team, a contender. All they can do is be a pretender with a huge bankroll. I've heard that the Browns actually are spending the most out of anybody in the league for arguably one of the worst results. So how is that even possible?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's twofold, right? I think it starts with just straight up bad luck. I mean, when Deshaun came here, for the most part, off-field stuff aside, everyone was excited for what he's done on the field, and you just haven't seen those results. If you've seen those results, hell, even if you had 50% of the results, you'd be fired up, right? You'd be in the right direction. So the question is it the ownership? Is it the players? Is it bad luck? I think it's just that combination of everything. Like you said, if you peel back the onion, it does start with the ownership, and then you have to work your way up there. I think let's move on from the ownership and go on to the coaching here.
Okay, well that's great. I just got a couple of graphs to show you.
Okay.
And again, this is circa 2017. This is the win percentage history since 1946, going all the way through to 2017.
Now, I'm not a math genius, but I think it's supposed to be going up.
Yeah, it's a definitive downward spiral.
Downward spiral.
That's circa 2017.
Okay.
But also, that corresponds with average point differential per game. So, I mean, it's a pretty clear and obvious comparison.
Yeah.
It's the tale as old time. You score more points than the other team, most likely you're going to win.
That's right. The old John Madden quote, the team that scores the most points has the best chance of winning the game.
Right. And also, I think it's interesting because this also corresponds with the Browns stadium capacity, which has kept on being reduced over the years.
Now, why is there a blank spot in 98?
That's the pit of despair. So we came out of the pit of despair, but they have been reducing the capacity year on year, and in addition, the attendance had been plummeting as well. So all these things are all correlated, perhaps not causated together.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot easier than they're making it. They're trying to play all these games They're trying to, make a big splash, get the fans excited. We spent $230 million. We spent $160 million. We're going to build a new stadium for $2 billion. And who's going to attend if you don't have any players and they're putting up their great stats?
That's right. So going back to what we were saying, you didn't like them bringing Miles back on the contract that you brought.
It made no sense. It made no sense.
So if they let Miles go,
Yep.
Now, where does it put your team? Now, who are you excited about on that roster?
Nobody. But it's time to rebuild. So you're not trying to get excited. The Watson experiment has failed miserably,
Okay.
and it's taken everybody else years to figure it out. I knew it from day one.
Yep.
Not because I'm a genius, just because it was so obvious. So that basically put the team in a 10-year rebuilding effort. And so now here we are. We still got about 7 more years to go of this 10-year deficit that we've been in. So slash and burn, scorched earth. Myles Garrett doesn't need to be here. He needs to go to an actual contender so he can try to win a ring. Because he said he didn't want to go from Cleveland to Canton, but not by way of the Super Bowl. That's exactly what's going to happen here, because the defense has been getting depleted. Quarterback situation obviously is abysmal. We don't have Nick Chubb to rely on anymore. And, we have a lot of players that are aging out. All the windows are closing. But it blows my mind that it's either the front office or more likely the ownership that doesn't understand this. You have a certain window. Your players are only good for so long, then they age out and they reach the twilight of their career.
Right.
And our window is rapidly closing. And yet we act like we have all the time in the world. So Nick Chubb already gone. Amari Cooper already traded him. Njoku, he seems like he's coming down on the other end. Myles Garrett, he's on the downslope. We dropped Thornhill. Ward has gotten 7 concussions. It's like our whole, core identity as a team, it's coming to a close, and we can't just reload that right away. It takes a lot of time to build up. And that's why I wanted to get to the money ball eventually, but I'll give you a chance to respond on that.
No, I think you definitely made some valid points there. So we're good.
So, just getting to the Moneyball aspect of it, because we had a little pre-show discussion about whether we should include Moneyball or not, because that was a baseball type of a thing with the Oakland Athletics with Billy Beane and Dee Podesta.
And it almost worked.
It pretty much did work. That, they were looking at statistical anomalies and trying to quantify them in terms of monetary value and maximizing. So if you're looking at something that's a very continuous type of activity, I got 162 baseball games, and most innings are like most other innings in baseball games, and most games are like most other games. So therefore, you can look at maximizing value in terms of money. Football is a very different game. Football is very discontinuous.
Yeah.
The players you get from the first round of the draft are going to typically perform way different than you're going to get from players in the later rounds. And this is the big fallacy that Dee Podesta failed at when he came to the Browns, and he figured, we're going to get a lot of players in the second round because we can save a lot of money, and theoretically we can get more talent per dollar. But the talent in the second round is not usually like what you get at the top of the rounds. It's very peaky. So that set us back significantly. But another thing that it did is that we kept on trading down for a long period of time when we were so abysmal, and we built up this huge treasure trove of draft picks. And that takes me to the front office, because this tab here. So we had executives. We had Tom Heckert from 2010 to 2012, Michael Lombardi 2013, Ray Farmer 2014-15, Sashi Brown, but we finally got to John Dorsey in 2017. And I'm sorry, Sashi Brown was the executive VP of football operations. John Dorsey was the general manager. But John Dorsey, everyone was praising him for actually using some of these picks in order to get some big football talent. And I feel like, yes, he deserves praise because he's able to evaluate talent. I think what everyone ignores is the several years before him where basically we were building up this humongous treasure trove of all these picks. And then finally John Dorsey was the man who just kind of let the floodgates flow and bring all the talent in. And in my opinion, That's what needs to happen to a different degree now, because all of our whole team is aging out, it's flaming out, it's doing a lot of things that we don't want it to do. So we need to build up a big treasure trove of picks. We need to let all these players kind of roll off the contract, roll off the balance sheet, and then we need to build through the draft and trade through the draft in a smart way, and then build the team back up again so it actually can be good in 2032, and we're not waiting until 2042 and actually try to get to the playoffs again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Browns, they cannot afford to screw this up. They're at a very, very pivotal part. This draft upcoming is going to make or break the franchise.
Well, I guarantee they'll screw it up.
But again, let's go back to the mindset.
No, it's because they're not listening to me. It's like I feel like they're not watching the show. They're not listening to me. Last year, I said, if you tune in, I'll tell you everything you need to know to win the frickin' Super Bowl. And they were listening for a while. They were taking my advice, and I was appreciating it. But then they stopped doing it, and therefore they fell right off. They need to take that second overall pick, and they need to maximize the value, get as much as you possibly can for it by trading it away. Because by using it on any player, I don't care if you used it on Tim Couch, I don't care if you used it on Ray Finkel. If you use it on any player, that second pick, you are screwing the franchise. So don't do it. Trade it down.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I hear it. I'm just looking at the Browns' draft history. The Browns, since '99, there's only been 2 quarterbacks, in my opinion, that have had marginal success or better than marginal.
Hoyer the Destroyer.
Okay,
and Jacoby Brissett.
No, I'm talking Tim Couch. Couch and Baker Mayfield.
Uh-huh.
And what do those 2 quarterbacks have in common? They are the only 2 quarterbacks, since the Browns have come back in '99, that the Browns used their actual first pick of the first round on to draft. Where they didn't trade back.
That's supposed to be the best pick.
It is supposed to be, but that's what I'm saying. You cannot afford to trade back. Now, if you are looking at the quarterback position and you do not legitimately like the quarterbacks that are there, potentially Cam Ward, potentially Shedeur Sanders.
I'm just not impressed with Shedeur Sanders.
If those aren't your guys.
Shedeur Sanders, he feels like an RG3.
I mean, RG3 was top. RG3 was
what are they gonna do?
Was solid, and then RG3
for a quarterback.
I'm
hoping they trade down. Oh, I get all these disappointing looks. They should trade it away.
No,
trade it away. We have so many needs. Trade it away. Trade it away.
See, I don't think trading away solves your problem though.
Yeah.
And none of it. Nobody has any sense of what's going to happen.
92-3. Yeah, nobody knows. I heard like all these different things. Oh, the Browns are going to trade up to number 1. Oh, the Browns are going to trade for trade the Dallas Cowboys and try to get what's his name over there? Yeah, the Dak attack. I'm like, that makes no sense. And like everyone's like super sure of it all the time. Like, oh yeah, insider information. Yeah, you're gonna get Dak Prescott. I'm like, that's stupid. They're gonna give away a treasure trove of picks to go up 1 spot to get number 1 to get that quarterback. That makes no sense. Trade away the pick.
But if your guy, how mad are you if, let's say, the Browns do trade away the pick?
Yeah.
And in that spot, that second spot, someone takes Shedeur.
That's what they're gonna do.
And Shedeur comes out and just lights up the league.
That's fine.
Okay?
We're not ready for that.
But if that happens, you're going to have every single Browns fan in this area talking about, why do we trade away this pick? This is, again, we traded away the pick.
Well, because
that was our
Browns fans
option.
have no patience. We want to win a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
We don't want to win like, we were going to win 3. We were going to win 2 games this year, and then all of a sudden we won 4 games. Like, dude, we want to win the Super Bowl. Sure. And that takes multiple years.
Yeah,
and that takes a lot of forethought and planning, which we have none. And the Browns fans in particular have no patience because it's been grinding at us for the past 26 years. We've been the butt of every joke. the mistake on the lake, the factory of sadness. Now we're losing our frickin' stadium in Cleveland, probably. It's very emotional. But I think that the logic has got to permeate the layers here. That Slippin Jimmy has got to listen to what I'm saying, because I know he's running the show.
Yeah.
I know the GM is not doing anything.
Yeah.
I know the coach has to listen to Jimmy. The GM has got to listen to Jimmy. I would be surprised if he's not on the field giving the players tips. Slippin Jimmy, get out of the way. Trade down the pick for the love of goodness gracious, golly gee.
I like it. There's one thing I always admire about the Browns fans. It's the passion. The Browns fans are the top 5 most passionate fans.
Top 5? Okay,
Top 5.
You're going to have to list them now.
I mean, obviously the Raiders.
I don't think that's obvious.
Obviously Raider Nation.
I don't know about that.
There's only one nation, Nick, and it's Raider Nation.
I mean, if you're going to talk about the Bills, if you're going to talk about the Bills Mafia,
Bills Mafia.
I'll give
is
you
up
Bills
there as
Mafia.
well.
I'll give you Bills Mafia. Bills Mafia, I got to say, as like a diehard Browns fan, as a Browns fan that sits there the night before and waits for the media lot to open, that Bills Mafia is no joke. I mean, they're pounding themselves through tables. They're going out and they're shoveling out of the stadium for snow. All right, Bills Mafia, I got to give it to you. I love the Brownies, but Bills Mafia, okay, I see you. I see
All right.
you.
Next on the list.
Now the Browns.
It's because I don't want to get, I want to keep my heart beating. I mean, it said the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh. No, dude, like they're crazy. But
No, they're not. I love Eagle fans. EAGLES, Eagles. Please don't kill me.
Hey, Jasana keeps looking over here. He keeps ignoring us. Throw something at him.
Jay Sonda.
Oh, you got a football. You can throw that at him.
We need John Boy. You're in. Yeah. No. And then, come on, I just want to see your blood boil a little bit here.
Don't even say it. Don't even say it.
J-E-T-S.
Jets.
There you go. Look, when you have I think you can see a correlation, right?
Correlation, but not causation.
The Browns don't have. They need to update. They need some updates. They need to update the chants, right?
Here we go,
yeah,
Brownies. Here we go. Ooh,
does nothing for me, right?
No?
Now, a couple years ago, they started doing the dog check. And then they stopped it. And you know what happened when they stopped the dog check?
Stop winning.
Stop winning. Bring back the dog check. Bring back the dog check.
I do like the dog check.
Bring it back.
And then they had Super Bowl.
Super Browns.
Super Browns.
That's right. Bring John Boy in. Here we go.
Road to WrestleMania. And then I can get a fresh air squeeze.
Road to WrestleMania. Oh, boy. Nothing. It's in Vegas, baby. John Boy, welcome to the show.
All right.
Actually, he might not there. He might win another pay-per-view next year. Hey, pull up.
All right. So, hi.
How's it going, buddy?
Good. I was talking to the one gentleman over there about his international truck out there.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah. Got surprised to see a nice diesel work truck out there of a 20-year-old truck. Good-looking truck, but
Still runs? Yeah.
uh,
Speaking of 20-year-old trucks, John Cena is going to be at WrestleMania.
seamless transition.
Seamless, baby.
John Cena is going to be in he's facing Cody Rhodes.
At WrestleMania.
Yes.
Okay.
At WrestleMania. It's John Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
At first, when John Cena came back and he's doing his whole retirement tour and he's a babyface, first thought, people are like, oh, you think he's going to win the title and beat Flair for for overall? I was like, nah, man, because what's he going to do? He's going to hold it for a few months and then drop it? No, he's not going to do that. He turns heel. Oh, there's a wrench in the gears. He might actually do it, hold that title for 7-8 months, and then drop it to somebody else on his way out to elevate them. It might happen. He might beat Flair.
It could happen. Look, let me tell you right now, the John Cena heel turn, it is the Hail Mary for WWE.
I think it's great. I think it's great.
I will give him credit for the majority of people. They didn't see it coming, but as I've said this whole time about WrestleMania, you cannot have, in most cases, a face versus a face. You have to have the bad guy, right?
Yep.
And you know you're not going to take Cody, who was already a heel and is arguably one of the biggest faces in the organization now. You're not going to turn and make him heel.
No, not at all.
So when you're looking at it, and you go, oh my God, John Cena's going to turn heel. Everyone's like, no, you're crazy. He does so much with Make-A-Wish, and he does so much outside the ring. They'll never allow it. And what happens? Your boy SJB is right on top of it. He turns heel, and it was great. It was great. Did you see him on Raw?
Yes.
Just ripping to shreds. Every fan, you know he is having the time of his life right now out there in the ring.
When he showed up on SmackDown, and that video of that kid dressed up as John Cena in the audience, and he's like, even that kid dressed like me, he's toxic. That kid actually came out with a video, it was like this week or last week, and he goes, John Cena is still always going to be my hero. Like, he's not giving up on him.
Never give up. Hustle.
Loyalty and respect.
Loyalty and respect. The three pillars.
Hustle, loyalty, and respect. But what I was hoping to see, but we're not.
Okay.
Doctor of Thugonomics.
Oh, no.
That's what I was hoping to see.
I'm just glad he kept the jorts. Let's be honest. The fact that he went on national TV and says, you don't deserve.
Yeah, you know what?
It's perfect.
You know what? Exactly. Because I was sitting there going, dude, I hope he goes Dr. Thugonomics again. Maybe the old music, on his way out. He's kind of bringing back a nostalgia. When he comes out and he goes, you're not getting new merch. You're not getting new music. You're getting nothing. I'm like, ooh, you are a son of a bitch. And I'm like, that is actually fucking smart. Yep. That is smart.
Absolutely.
And I think it's smart too, because it's his farewell tour, but it's keeping it fresh. Now all of a sudden, oh my God, John's a heel, and he's saying this shit that is pretty fucking
yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
So, all right, WrestleMania prediction: is he going to get it done? And if he wins, does he win clean? Or
I don't think he will. Okay. Cody. No, if Cody loses it this year,
okay,
that's 1 year he's been a champion.
Yep.
Uno mas.
I think. I don't know. It's hard to say. Cody might keep it, and maybe John will win it another time. But I don't know. If John wins it, he's not going to win it clean. It's going to be with The Rock's help.
Okay.
And then also at the same time, there's going to be a third person in that thing, because it's not just going to be. I mean, unless literally they keep it so scarce, where The Rock really doesn't make much of an appearance except to help John out in big matches, and John just does it all, which I can't see that happening. But
yeah, I mean, if you look at the history of WWE, all their biggest groups are all three people. Right?
Yeah, but also if you look at it,
you need a third. You need a third guy, and I think it's gonna be a lady.
But and when is WrestleMania again?
April, end of April.
April 19th, and then night 2, because it's a two-day event now.
It's Saturday and Sunday.
It's coming up.
Easter Sunday is night 2 of WrestleMania, live from Sin City in the hometown of my Vegas Golden Knights, my Vegas Raiders, the Champion City, Stanley Cup Champions 2023.
The Champion City, is that what they're calling it?
Champion City, that's what I'm calling it. Champions play in Vegas, and on April 19th or 20th, John Cena is going to defeat Cody Rhodes.
John Cena, he's wrestling his match on that Sunday.
Perfect, it's done. Sunday. April 20th, John Cena, world champion. Book it. It's done.
John Cena is risen just like the Lord and Savior.
You know what? I could really see him winning, and beating Flair's record
Done deal.
just because like he's on his way out and he's been such a huge part of the company for, over 20 years that I think that, it might
you ready?
happen.
And you know who's joining as the third wheel? Charlotte Flair. It's happening.
Whoa, with John Cena and
Charlotte
The Rock?
Flair is going to help John Cena defeat her father's record and the legacy, and I think that is the best way to
As a
write
heel
it.
turn against her
It's
dad?
Perfect.
Oh,
You
yeah.
suck,
I'm
Dad.
telling-
You've been a terrible
Yep.
dad.
Book it. Done.
She's going to
Done
have John
deal.
Cena beat
Done
the
deal.
record.
Done deal. You heard it here first. SJB Sports Report. Telling you live. I'm telling you, Charlotte Flair. She's the third person.
You,
Tell
Scott,
your
Scott,
face in
you're
cursive.
It's done.
Scott, your predictions for wrestling are literally like their game of darts. You just throw shit against the board and
It
whatever.
hit nothing but bullseyes, baby. Nothing but bullseyes. I'm telling you.
All right, well
Listen.
that's quite the wrestling report we
The
got going on
gentleman's
here.
bet.
Oh, all right.
I'm not doing a gentleman's bet because I
I'm telling you, right here, right now, Charlotte Flair, The Rock, and John Cena, the new three-headed monster. The new three-headed monster of WWE. April 21st, that music's going to hit, and they're going to come walking out. They're going to announce the name of their group. I don't know what's going to be it. It's going to be something awesome,
And
though.
then the glass shatters.
Right. Oh, man. And the glass shatters. Draws up, gets his blood boiling.
well, that's one thing that a lot of people are
tell
saying that because of The Rock being involved and stuff like that, they're saying is Austin going to come out and interfere in that match somehow, or not like interfere, but maybe like if The Rock comes out and interferes, like some of the speculation is The Rock's interfering, he's trying to help John win by cheating, and all of a sudden you hear the glass break, and Austin comes out and takes The Rock out and prevents him from interfering.
All right, it's time for me to break the glass here, and time is for us to get back to football.
There you go.
Press the button, bro.
Was that? No, I was moving the cord.
Oh,
OCD. If I see shit like that,
oh yeah.
I'm
All right,
just-
so actually, I would like to have you stay in for a minute because I've basically been bitching about the Browns up and down. And when I asked SJB what does he think, he's going like, yeah, okay. So what do you think about the overall Browns organization? Not just the players on the field, but the coaches and the front office, and especially the ownership. Are they doing a good job? Are they doing a bad job? Are they crapping the bed?
well, I don't know anything about the front office or the coaches so much. I do know that when you drop over $200 million on a player, and that player fucking walks off the field in the middle of a game,
200.
there's a fucking problem. There's an absolute, and when a player's not performing at all every single game, that is a problem.
And they just dropped another $160 million on a player that didn't even want to be here.
I mean, I actually heard that Deshaun's contract got a little bit changed up where they're just gonna pay him X amount. I don't know if it's true.
They
I mean,
restructured his contract.
Yeah.
They moved around $30 million. So, they deferred it.
they freed up a little bit on their salary cap.
They did. They basically converted to signing bonus. They can pay him over the next 5 years.
And then they gave it to Myles Garrett
Essentially, yeah.
in a roundabout way.
Which,
In a roundabout way.
you know what?
Myles Garrett said he didn't want to stay here. Myles Garrett said, let me go, release me, trade me, get me out of this stinking hellhole.
And then they backed up the Brinks truck, gave him the pink 50s, and now Miles is Mr. Cleveland again.
He's making $40 million a year for the next 4 years.
Not bad.
You know what though? He's been, from the games that I've watched, and again, I'm not knowledgeable that much, but from the games I've watched, he's been one of the top players in every game. Like, he's the one that's performing the best.
Yeah, but he said he doesn't want to be here.
He's always been positive and he's been playing good. But then when you just have somebody beating you to death, and it's just now he's almost like a dead horse, and they just keep beating him like he's trying, and you're losing, and you're losing.
Wait a minute, this looks an awful lot like Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph right now. We got to be real careful. You don't hit him over the head with the helmet.
And all
if we're gonna hit Nick, hit him with this.
and all he's going, please, sir, may I have some more? please, sir, and he's just, but he's performing.
Please,
eventually,
sir, can I have an offense? Please,
yeah.
sir, can I have an offense?
But then eventually, he's like, look, I'm sure that he was all for Cleveland for years, and he kept positive. But when you keep seeing the same shit happening over and over and no progression, eventually you're like, okay, look, something's got to happen, or I got to fucking go somewhere.
Exactly, and like the whole city was behind him. We're like, Miles, we love you. We hate the fucking idiots who are running this thing. Go somewhere else and find some competent leadership. And like I'm just blasting the owners because the owner is Slippin Jimmy, and he's a recidivist. And what he does is he hires these people to run the organization. General manager hires these coaches, but then he goes around them and he says, "I'm the owner. I'm going to tell you what to do."
Time. What time's it up?
We're fine. Mr. Time Lord, stop asking that question, please.
Well, I got to make sure.
I have it right here.
Okay.
So anyway, are you listening to me, or are you you're a Browns fan? You're putting your head in the sand.
I'm a fair weather Browns fan. Like, I watch the games, I'll support it, but it's like I'm not huge into football.
All right, let me ask you this. Browns Stadium moving, staying in downtown Cleveland. You could build a $1 billion,
$2 billion,
multi-billion-dollar stadium in Brook Park, which is about 15 minutes outside of downtown.
It's not even Cleveland.
It's fair. It's fair. 49ers do not play in San Francisco. They play in Santa Clara, 38 miles away.
Yeah, but San Francisco.
The New York Giants.
They're full of a bunch of rich bitches. We're poor over here.
The New York Giants, the New York Jets play in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
As a wrestling fan, you could finally get a WrestleMania in Cleveland for a 50-year-old John to attend.
Yeah. Well, so that's one thing about.
Are you in for that? If they get the big market event, the Taylor Swift concert,
that's
WrestleMania.
That's the one thing where I've understood over the years why they haven't had WrestleMania or Survivor Series here or Royal Rumble, because the stadium, the stadium's big enough, but it's too cold. SummerSlam, I was actually shocked that they waited this long to have SummerSlam here, because that's like SummerSlam happens in the amount of time where it could actually happen, where it's warm. With the dome, yes, they could do major events like that, but the thing is, like, I'm not even worried about that. What I'm worried, like, when you go to a Browns game, you go to the fucking Muni Lot.
It's about the Muni Lot.
You go to the Muni Lot, and this is the one because what I heard is they're going to build the dome, but then they're also planning on building a bunch of hotels surrounding it. That's great, cool, whatever. You're not going to make.
That's not great.
Well,
that's not great at all, because basically what's going to happen? Sorry to cut you off. Is the away team is going to fly into the airport. They're going to take a shuttle ride 5 minutes into this Garden of Eden. They're going to spend all their money at Brook Park. They're going to get all the Slippin Jimmy. They're going to go to the stadium. They're going to go to the hotel. They're going to go to the restaurants. And everything that we built up in Cleveland is going to wither and die, because Jimmy Haslam needs all the money in the world. He needs the parking lot money. He'll kill the tailgate. He needs the hotel money. He needs the restaurant money. He needs the TV rights. He needs the bank rights. He needs the player rights. And everybody else gets nothing. We're poor in Cleveland. Don't take all that away from us. We live for these Browns. We don't live to serve you, stupid Jimmy. And I know he's going to raise those ticket prices. I did a calculation. Those ticket prices are going to go up by 10 times. You're going to be paying an average of $2,000. An average of $2,000 in that Browns game. In this Garden of Eden, it's going to turn into a Garden of Hell. Slippin Jimmy, go home. Sell the team to somebody who cares about football, that cares about Cleveland, so we can get to this game. We can have our tailgate. We can have our brownies. We can watch them lose, and we can take a big fat dump in the porta potty and have some fun.
Now, wait. Now, I appreciate the skin moisturizer. But now you
don't those are normally tears.
But now you didn't. But now
Sundays those are tears.
But now you don't let me finish. You don't let me finish.
Let's go.
You can build the fucking dome, put the hotels around it, whatever. Great. The problem is you don't have the muni lot.
No,
You don't have the people that don't go to the muni lot but maybe go downtown and spend money at restaurants and shit before the game.
Yep.
You don't have the revenue of all those businesses downtown because around the Brown Stadium is everything. In that area of Brook Park, you'll have hotels, but there's not much.
Every game is going to be an away game, essentially.
For one, are you going to have another muni lot?
Nope.
Also, again, you don't have all those small businesses that people that maybe they don't drink, they don't party, but they want to go downtown before the game. They want to go and they want to go out to a nice family restaurant or whatever, or breakfast or something
a nice
like
family
that.
restaurant where they serve chilled Fireball.
But I'm saying like people doing shit before the game and then they're downtown and they're it's like I feel like a lot of businesses and that area, the little area downtown, are going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah,
I feel like
lot, but you also got the pit. You also got the airport lot. You also got East 9th. You got West 6th. All those areas are going to suffer.
The overall revenue of Cleveland, I feel like for a game, is going to go down because there's really, some people might go, okay, well, I'm in town for the weekend for this, and maybe they'll go downtown, but it's like it's not right there.
Yeah, doubtful.
It's not right there.
Right now when the visiting fans come in, they all do the same things, right? They all check out the Rock Hall.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Science Center.
And they all usually say the same thing. Wow, Cleveland's actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
Depending on where you go.
Well, you know what I mean? But like,
you ain't going down Eddie Road and going, wow, this is a great neighborhood. I'd love to live here.
Well, they're going to Playhouse Square. They're
exactly.
Going to,
the casino.
Terminal Tower.
Exactly. So like, there's a foundation there, right? It's been built. The question's going to be, number one, if you do go to Brook Park, you 100% need to have a muni lot type parking lot in that area.
It won't.
Now, the problem is,
there's no way.
The morale will go way down.
Even if you build it, though, even if you go, you know what, we're going to put this beautiful parking lot for all the fans to go to, it's now, you're talking 45 minutes away for your East Siders, right? Your East Siders are no longer going to be going out there. They're just not. Your diehards are going to be out there no matter what. The team could move to Baltimore again, and the diehards would still go.
Well, now the thing is though, but also a piece of property big enough where it's close enough where everyone could walk into it. Walk into it, not have to take a shuttle, not have to carpool.
Yep.
Could walk into it, but and if they try to pull something like, oh well, we're going to have this giant facility where everyone can go in and no. People want to be in the fucking parking lot. They want to park their cars. It's tailgating. It's tailgating for a reason.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Because this happened in Akron. And I feel like I'm stuck in a groove on this one or whatever it's called. But Akron, they used to play at the Rubber Bowl.
Yep.
And the tailgating at the Rubber Bowl was pretty significant. Maybe not as much as the legendary status of the meeting lot, but it was pretty good. And then what happened was they built a built a stadium.
Get in on it, dude. Get in on it.
Campus.
Yeah, be red.
This is B-Ray Lorenzo coming at you live. Playing darts up in this bitch, but man, I love these guys. I like hearing about football.
Wearing the headset so they can't really hear you.
Okay.
But you know what he did? He did bring up a good point though. When I said, "Hey, dude, if you have some sports shit you want to get on, hop it on that headphone." And before he threw his dart, he goes, "They should serve beer after the 7th inning stretch."
Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay.
You have Zoom.
Beautiful.
All right, so we're getting towards the end of the program. So, John, let me know if this is interesting to you. And if it's not, I'll let you skedaddle. But I was actually looking at the win percentages of all the coaches in Brown's history. And this does not just go back to 1995. It goes to all time. So Paul Brown had the best winning percentage between 1946 and 1962. His win percentage as a coach was .767. Pretty damn good. But if you scroll down here, number 3 is actually Greg Williams
See, I don't know.
Greg Williams in 2018, he went 8-5, a 625 winning percentage. He was actually the third best winningest coach in Browns history. I thought that was pretty interesting.
But
And what is the
if you look at the quantity of the games, though.
Yeah, eight games, 5-3.
Yeah, but if you look at the quantity of the games,
Yeah.
that's not actually that's a technicality. Yeah, it's second highest, but when you look at the other quantity,
third, yeah.
Is this the even
Or
a blind
whatever.
squirrel can find a nut type
exactly.
of?
Yes, exactly.
Well, he
Yeah.
found 5 nuts.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul
And now
Brown.
there's only 2 nuts running the organization.
I mean, every clock is right twice in one day, or every dead clock. You know what I mean?
Well, Paul Brown went 158-48. Landon Collier went 76-34.
Yeah.
Greg Williams 5-3. Marty Schottenheimer 44-27. A bunch of people I don't really know. I guess the next one that we actually do know is Kevin Stepanski, 40 wins and 44 losses for 476. So that's like the best one in the modern era, and yet he's still not even breaking even.
Then you look at Bill Belichick.
But you gotta remember, right? Like,
Okay. Little side. Bill Belichick's girlfriend. No fucking way she's with him for him.
Oh
no
my God.
fucking way. No fucking way she's with
there
him
it
for
is.
him.
It was,
It's
There
the
it
fucking
is.
money.
it was
It's
only
the money,
It's
honey.
the money.
it's Miles Garrett in a dress. That's what it is.
What?
She took the pink 50s.
Oh my
They
God.
backed up the brick truck. Oh man! And that Bill Belichick used to run those Cleveland Browns. He was the
Yeah, he
coach.
sure did.
He
Yeah,
was
he
coach.
actually went 36-44
That's pretty good.
between 91 and 95.
And
So not great, but okay.
And then he did a mic drop, and they left town. No, they actually fired him. So.
They did fire him. Well, it's like, this is why I think Cleveland's cursed. Because, you got Bill Belichick. You fire him. You move the team. You move the team to Baltimore. They win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick goes to the Patriots. He wins 10 million Super Bowls. Yeah, I get what you're saying in terms of bad luck. I think it's more of his curse.
But you know what? It's also though what the coach is given as far as like. I mean, you could be like, again, I'm not savvy too much on football.
Jesus, just spit it out, for the love of God.
It's if you work with what you're given. If you're given chicken shit, and you have the okay, if you're given chicken shit, you can't make a chicken salad.
I mean, you can. It's just not going to be very good, John.
Just enjoy the salmonella.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. It's like if you're working with what you're given, then it is what it is. But like if you're
I knew there was a reason why I kept you around for the rest of the segment, because that's exactly what I want to talk about. Because the Browns, they threw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, Hoyer the Destroyer,
okay,
yeah, he actually had a winning season. Like, yeah, fuck that guy. They always just kick people out too soon. Like,
fucking Joe Flacco.
oh, I'm talking more about ancient history. You're talking about tight ends. Kevin Barnage, great tight end, got rid of him. Jordan Cameron, great tight end, got rid of him. Terrell Pryor actually turned into a pretty good receiver. We're like, all right, here's your walking papers, sir.
And that was a Buckeye.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
Deshaun gets hurt, and all of a sudden we're winning games, and people are like, hello, hi, fuck this guy. What about this guy?
Well, yeah, actually, we treated Joe Flacco like a big piece of sacco.
So
Because
that,
they were
The fans did.
no, because the organization
did.
the organization was relegating him to the practice squad.
Yeah.
After every game, it's like you just won an NFL game that is closer to the playoffs. You're back on the practice squad, and are you even gonna get a freaking paycheck next week? Who the hell knows? He's like, I just threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. How am I on the practice squad? And it's like, suck on these.
Well, and the fact that, like, literally before he got the call, like, hey, you're starting, the dude was, like, fucking sitting on his couch and fucking playing golf and just chilling. All of a sudden, next thing you know, he's in.
You think we're going to get him back?
I don't think so.
SJB? Any chance?
no, I don't think so.
Well, who's he with now?
There's been he's with his couch again.
Fuck on the couch.
Yeah.
Shoot golf and sit on the couch.
Yeah. There's been speaking of which, real quick, there's been some rumors that Kirk Cousins was in Cleveland today. That was going around town that he was at Chipotle on the west side of Cleveland and Westlake.
I can confirm that.
Yeah, I can confirm that he is not coming to Cleveland.
How can you confirm that though? He was just in Cleveland.
I'm saying he's not staying. He's not signing with the Browns.
I'm not sure how you're so confident in that. You just had a sighting and a confirmed sighting at that.
It's called sources, Nick.
Oh.
It's called sources.
Oh, really?
It's called sources.
Well, I'm sure you cannot divulge your sources.
No.
But I'm scrolling through this Flacco page here, and I don't see him on the team right now. Is he on a team?
He's not. Joe Flacco is retired. Joe Flacco is a Hall of Famer because of his pedigree, and he is the only quarterback that I can think of for the Browns that was a mortal enemy to this city for a number of years.
That's right.
Because he was the Ravens quarterback, John. Yeah. The Ravens quarterback.
The Dirty Birds.
It took enemy territory to come in and get the job done.
Kind of sad.
So I think the answer to all the Browns' problems of who's the quarterback.
Just poach somebody from the enemy?
I think it's pretty good. You gotta poach. Poach. And they had their opportunity to poach Russell Wilson from the Steelers. They blew that opportunity.
They could have got Justin Fields.
Could have got Justin Fields. Blew that opportunity.
They could have got Mason Rudolph.
Could have got Mason Rudolph. Blew that opportunity.
I'm not sure about that. To catch you up, Jasonda.
Yeah.
Mason Rudolph. I'm sorry. What's the joke I usually say? Maya Rudolph is the quarterback from the Steelers, the backup, that happened to be in the game when Myles Garrett got a little bit mad. And Myles Garrett happened to take this guy's helmet off and beat him with it. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, it was vainglorious.
I was at that game. It was something. Myles Garrett. Oh, this just shows you how crazy the NFL is. Real quick tangent. I'm sorry.
Let's go.
But
I have to take a piss real bad.
Last word tangents over here.
Oh, you got a last word?
Last word, John Boy.
I got to take a piss.
That's your last word? Okay.
I like it. We may never see him again. Like John Cena, you can't see him anymore.
You can't see me.
There it is.
As long as he doesn't get lost in the sauce.
Oh, man. I lost where I was going with that now.
All right, well, I got something for you.
All right, what do you got?
Well, yeah, I just scrolled all the way down to the last item on Joe Flacco's page. Did you know on May 25th, 2024, Joe Flacco received an honorary doctorate degree in humane letters from his alma mater, the University of Delaware?
I did not know that.
That's the last significant event on his page.
All right. I mean,
so no signings, but an honorary doctorate. That's pretty cool.
Honorary doctorate. Not bad. But
you need this?
Oh.
Honorary doctorate. That's right.
Yeah.
So other than that, like we got a lot more on the plate here. So I just thought it was super interesting that Greg Williams was the third winningest coach of Browns' entire history. That was pretty cool.
I like that.
So we could go through all the Browns coaches, but I think that's not a topic for today.
That'll be another multi product.
Yeah, it's like, sometimes you want to compare Greg Williams to Marty Schottenheimer. You want to compare him to Kevin Stefanski, compare him to Bill Belichick, and see how they all line up. But we don't have time to get through all that today. We had a good amount of ranting today, and that was fun. But I guess the biggest thing for me is building through the draft and trading down now.
All right.
So this goes back to the core topics. I know I've been ranting and raving quite a bit today, and I'm not sure if I've had like a big response from you other than tacit approval. So would you like to reaffirm that tacit approval that everything I've been saying with my crazy drunken ranting is up and up, or would you have any sort of rebuttal?
I think you speak. What you're saying is what the majority of the Browns fans are saying. And I think the biggest problem is it doesn't matter what you do, you just can't screw it up. But every single outlet for the Browns right now, it's easier to see the screw up than the sunshine, the rainbow, the pot of gold. There's no option out there that is such an obvious fix. That is a guaranteed. There is no guaranteed fix.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Right.
There is no ultimate solution.
Right. So
And I think there actually is no way to fix the Browns for this upcoming season. To kind of go a little bit of a contrast of what Red Hot Scott was talking about in his three-part series, and part 2 and 3 forthcoming, he was talking about how to fix the Browns. And my opinion is there is no way to fix the Browns for this season. It's a multi-year rebuild. So fixing quote-unquote the Browns is not possible.
yeah, I mean the number of teams that go from what were the Browns 4-13?
Oh, yeah, because that extra game.
Right.
That's right.
The number of teams that go from a top 5 draft pick to playoffs, or call it the goal. The goal's not playoffs, by the way. The goal is Super Bowl.
Yeah,
The
size of the
goal
prize,
is
so is the
winning
goal.
a Super Bowl. The goal should not be let's win 9 games. Let's win 12. You know what? You talk to franchises that win. You talk to the fans of those franchises. You would never, ever hear a Patriots fan during the Tom Brady dynasty going,
Oh, well, we
Man,
won
this-
12 games.
this offseason, I hope we can go 10-6. I hope we can just get the playoffs. No, it was Super Bowl or bust. That needs
right.
to be the mentality. So just as much as it's on the ownership and on the coaches and on the players, the fans need to be there. They need
right.
they need to be
Let's
there.
go.
That's it.
All right, is that your last words?
That's
sir?
all I got, brother.
Okay, all right. Well, I
And
guess,
Charlotte Flair is gonna help John Cena win the title at WrestleMania. You heard it here, John Boy. That's for you.
All right, well, I guess my last word, I'll just do the tagline because we did quite a fun intro, but we forgot to do the tagline
Yep,
today.
let's hear it.
So, it's loading. Do you got a dog in the fight? Wait, one more time. Do you got a dog in this fight? Because in Cleveland, we do, and he's going to be chewing on your ass. Dog, fight, sports.
No, actually, because normally this is on
Yeah.
Mercury Maniacs, but you know what? It is sports related because it's sports entertainment and NASCAR.
Oh God.
Don't drop stunners, not drugs. Raise hell, praise Dale.
Raise hell, press dial. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know how your March Madness brackets are doing, and we'll probably be seeing you for the draft in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Dogfight Sports out.